Complacency is a slow, silent poison. When you build a life with someone, you convince yourself that the routine is permanent. You stop asking what you're capable of, you put your dreams on a shelf, and you get comfortable. And for months after my marriage began to crumble back in Michigan, I lived in straight denial. I told myself that if I just worked harder, if I said the exact right words, we could fix it. Then you hit that quiet, deafening moment where reality catches up to you. The door is shut, the marriage is over, and overnight, your entire identity is erased. I never lived on my own in my entire life. I went straight from living with my dad to living with my wife. Suddenly, at 31 years old, I was sitting alone in an empty room, realizing that the life I spent a decade building was gone. When your foundation gets ripped away, you're standing at a massive crossroads. Option 1 is to stay bitter, play the victim, and let someone else's choices dictate the rest of your life. Option 2 is to take 100% ownership, accept that you can't change the past, and rebuild yourself from absolute scratch. I chose option 2, but you can't build a new future while you're still standing in the wreckage of your past. I knew I couldn't just jump straight from the chaos in Michigan into a massive city in Asia. I needed time alone to sit with the grief and get my head straight. So I booked a one-way ticket to Romania. I rented a car, drove up into the mountains, and found a little cabin in the woods for $15 a night. It was dead quiet. No familiar streets, no ghosts from the past, just me, a rental car, and the open road. I spent that month wrestling with my grief, leaning on God to carry me through the fog, and finally learning how to be alone with my own thoughts. And in that quiet space, the clouds slowly started to lift. I realized my story wasn't over. I started talking to people online, and I connected with an incredible woman. Talking to her gave me peace, and for the first time in a very long time, I actually started looking forward to tomorrow. Going from small town Michigan to a city of over 10 million people in Vietnam is intimidating. Standing at my size, I already knew I'd stick out like a sore thumb everywhere I went. In my welcome to Saigon, pure trial by fire. After 30 hours of travel, running on zero sleep, I fell for a fake grab taxi scam right outside the airport. The driver tried to charge me over 10 times the normal rate for a 10-minute ride. When I refused to pay it, the guy kicked me out of the car right on the street and literally chucked a plastic water bottle at me. Welcome to Vietnam. A few days later, my physical health crashed. Throat completely inflamed, severe body aches. I ended up at the hospital getting blood work and diagnostic tests run, and I was bedridden at home for over a month. Straight from an airport scan to being sick in bed in a foreign country. But here's where grace stepped in. My new girlfriend came over, checked on me, and visited me while I was stuck in that bed. With zero distractions, no fancy dates, and nothing to hide behind, we built a foundation of genuine care and trust when I was at my lowest. I'm fully healthy now. I'm living alone for the first time in my life, and on September 5th, I began official teacher training to teach English here in Vietnam. Teaching gives this entire journey purpose. It shifts the focus off of what happened to me and puts it on to passing skills, knowledge, and tools to people who want to expand their own lives. If you're watching this right now, and you're sitting in the wreckage of a divorce, a broken relationship, or a life that collapsed out of nowhere, look at me and hear this. Your pain is not a life sentence. It is raw fuel. Just because someone walked away does not mean you are broken goods. You can heal, you can rebuild, and you will find love again. Starting with the respect you have for yourself. Stop waiting for permission. Take 100% accountability, stand up, and build. Hit subscribe to follow the journey as teacher training kicks off on September 5th. We're just getting started.